Hi, I'm going to walk you through location-based querying using Zing Data. This allows you to do things like have a set of deliveries that you want to make or maintenance repairs, and have all of those show up on a map based on your phone's current location. This could show you levels of inventory for stores nearby, or this could show you the maintenance tasks that are assigned to an individual person. Let's take a look at how you would set this up. Here I have a Google Sheet with orders, store names, the delivery person assigned to each order, a status for if the delivery has already occurred or not, as well as the pickup address and the delivery address. Now, one thing I'm going to want to do is convert these addresses into latitudes and longitudes. There's an easy way I can do that using AppScript within Google. I'm going to take this little snippet of code that basically allows you to convert a address into a latitude and longitude. You copy this snippet of code, and I'll put this in the description below. And then you go to extensions and AppScript. And from there, you paste in the script and hit deploy. That then allows you to basically pull in stuff to Google Sheets that it's not natively capable of doing. So now I have these addresses, and I'm going to have Google Maps geocoder translate those into latitudes and longitudes. I'll do the same for delivery addresses. And we're using the free version of this. If we were doing a large volume, then we would want to make sure we had the Google Maps API key and that was dropped in. Great. So now we have store latitude and longitude and delivery latitude and longitude. We're going to go over to Zing Data at zingdata.com and log in. If we don't already have an account, we could create one. I'm going to hit set up for Google Sheets. If I'd like, I could use a live connection. This then would mean that whenever my Google Sheet updates, so too will my query or visualization based on top of that. In this case, since I only have a couple examples in my delivery sheet and I don't plan to update it right now, I'm going to leave that off, but I could turn that on if I wanted. So I hit access my Google Sheets and select the sheet that I want to connect Zing to. And in a couple seconds, Zing makes sure that the Google Sheet I'm connecting to is correctly formatted. Now, I don't necessarily need to be using a Google Sheet. I could be connecting to BigQuery or Postgres or mySQL or Snowflake or Starburst or Presto or Databricks or ClickHouse or SQL Server if I wanted. But I'll show you Google Sheets. That's kind of the lightest way to get started. So now I'm going to go over here and click Zing App. And one important thing to consider is when you are naming the latitude and longitude fields here, they need to have LAT or LON in them. And that's because Zing uses a field containing that in its field name as a way of suggesting that it might be a latitude or longitude field. So make sure you have LAT or LON somewhere in your headers that you expect to use as latitude or longitude fields. So now what we're going to do is go over to sources, and we'll scroll down to the data source we just added, which is these deliveries in San Francisco. And initially, let's say we just want to get the deliveries that have not yet occurred. So where delivery status is 0 and where the delivery person is John. And we want to make sure that we're getting all the store latitudes and longitudes because those are the pickup places. I just tap on this latitude field and hit set as latitude. You'll notice Zing automatically selects the paired field, in this case, store_longitude, as the corresponding longitude field. If I wanted, I could always change that by hitting the little X here, but that's actually what I want. And then now I'm going to go filter delivery person and say that I only want to see the deliveries that are assigned to John. And I only want to see the deliveries that have not yet occurred. So where the status is 0. And let's do one other thing, which is say, hey, I want to see the store address. So if I'm trying to find it, and the store name, that I have that easily available. Great. So now I'm going to hit view map. That's going to show me all the data points that correspond to my query. And I can click on those and see the data that I asked to be displayed, in this case, store name and store address, as these are plotted on a map. Now, let's say I want to do something else, like see actually where I'm going to deliver these to and what's in each order. I just hit the back button and I'm going to go say that I want to add in the delivery address. So I tap that and hit group by. And I also want to, let's say, see the items that were in the order. So I tap that and hit group by. And now I'm going to go hit view map again. And when I click on each of these data points, you'll see I now actually know not just where I need to pick it up, but where it needs to get delivered to. So I'm going to save this as, we'll call it John's deliveries. And I'm going to go make this available to other people in my organization, maybe as viewers. And I'm going to go back and do one other thing, which is now that I've created this question, I'm going to make a copy of it and have a view of this that is going to be relevant for my colleague. So here I'm just going to see this delivery person field, and I'm going to go change it. Now I'm going to change delivery person to Mary, my colleague, and I saw that over here. And I'm going to do one other thing, which is filter by location. So this is going to let me say, I only want to see results relevant to where I am right now. And so if I say current location and my browser has permission to get location, I can query based on where I am right now, or I could say relative to some other point. So let's say Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. Great. And I'll stay within, let's say, a 50-mile or 50-kilometer radius of that. And then I hit view map, and my results are going to be filtered based on that. So here I see the deliveries assigned to Mary. I'll save this, and I'll call it Mary's deliveries. Great. And so now I could put this all together. I could go to my home screen and then hit the plus here. And I could drag over Mary's deliveries and John's deliveries. And then I'll save this as deliveries total. And if I wanted, I could even add other analysis that I've done or other visualizations. So now I've created this dashboard that's location aware, that pulls from my underlying databases or Google Sheets, if I'd like it to, that mixes and matches my location queries with other queries I may have. And when I click into any of the questions, it becomes totally interactive. So this showed you how we were able to use Zing to query our location data in Google Sheets, but could have been in any other major data source, visualize it, and we could do all of this from our phone. So in fact, all the stuff I did here on web, we could have actually even added the Google Sheet from mobile and done all the location-based querying from mobile. Almost any data that you've got, useful out in the field.